It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains are squeezed, and cash flow, it's tighter than ever. If your business can't adapt in real time, you are in a little bit of hurt. So how do you get full visibility and adapt in real time? Over 42,000 businesses trust NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all under one roof. NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for a reason. It's your single source of truth, giving you the data and control you need to move quickly. Real-time forecasting helps you move into the future with confidence, and with AI built in, you can automate the busy work and focus on strategy. NetSuite helps you see what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If I were running a business with a lot of moving parts, I'd use NetSuite for full control over everything. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/SPI. That's netsuite.com/SPI. Congrats, your business is doing great. All your hard work is paying off, but you need help like now, and you have to hire fast. How can you hire amazing candidates quickly? Easy, just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. And with sponsored jobs, your posts jump to the top of the page for your relevant candidates so you can reach people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. One of the things I love most about Indeed is that it has one of the largest databases of job seekers, giving employers access to a wide range of candidates. And with job alerts, I get notified when new candidates apply. And with Indeed sponsored jobs, there's no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, and you only pay for results. So how fast? Well, in the minute that I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/smartpassive. Just go to Indeed.com/smartpassive right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/smartpassive. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, Indeed, is all you need. You spent months building towards launch day, but when the clock hits 0, your site crashes. Bots swarm, and loyal fans rage on Reddit. That's not good. Fanfare was built to stop that. Fanfare is the drop platform made for high-pressure moments, stampede-proof infrastructure, verified waitlists, and bot filters that actually work. Instead of refunds and rage, you get retention and revenue. And that sounds great to me. Your next launch shouldn't be a gamble. Get Fanfare's 5-step hype drop playbook and learn how to bulletproof your drop at fanfare.io/playbook. Again, that's fanfare.io/playbook. This is the Smart Passive Income Podcast with Pat Flynn, session number 3. Check it.
Welcome to the Smart Passive Income Podcast, where it's all about working hard now so you can sit back and reap the benefits later. And now your host, he's a Sagittarius who likes long walks on the beach, Pat Flynn.
While DIY website tools are everywhere, most fall short on design and performance. Hit publish. Framer ships your site worldwide in seconds. No code, no compromises. Framer is a powerful, user-friendly platform that delivers developer-level results without writing a single line of code. Make your designs move and convert with Framer. Framer brings your site to life with powerful animations, dynamic content handling, and a design-first approach that helps your site stand out. Framer is the design-first, no-code website builder that lets anyone ship a production-ready site in minutes. Browse hundreds of pixel-perfect templates or even design something of your own on a totally blank canvas. Add bold animations like appear effects, text effects, scroll and looping animations, and much more in seconds. And it's free to start. The built-in AI handles the heavy lifting of generating starter layouts and can even translate your entire site to any language. On the back end, you'll get responsive breakpoints, built-in hosting, a flexible CMS, and privacy-friendly analytics. Ready to build a site that looks hand-coded without hiring a developer? Launch your site for free at framer.com and use code SPI to get your first month of pro on the house. That's framer.com, promo code SPI. Framer.com, promo code SPI. Rules and restrictions may apply. Do you know the secret to businesses that are scaling faster than ever? They're using Upwork to tap into a diverse pool of skilled freelancers across various industries. With Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and more. Experts who are ready to help you take your business to the next level. I've personally used Upwork myself and can vouch for it. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, get help drafting a job post, or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them to take your business to the next level. Upwork makes the entire process easier, simpler, and more affordable with industry-low fees. Post a job today and hire tomorrow with Upwork. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That is Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help you grow your business. That's Upwork.com. Again, Upwork.com. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome to the third session of the Smart Passive Income Podcast. Thanks for listening in. And guess what? We're going to get right into the content. I have a featured guest who I cannot wait to share with you and pick his brain and just get everything out of him because he's only 21 years old, but he's done so much online and makes a lot of money, and I can't wait to share his thoughts with you. So, brief introduction. This person at 15, he built his first website. At 16, one of his sites was featured in the book DJing for Dummies. At 17, he was making thousands of dollars per month offering internet marketing services. Next year, at 18, he was headhunted to become the social media manager for brands like Nissan, Land Rover, and Hewlett-Packard. At 19, he quit his job to work on his own websites and projects, and at 20, he sold the 10th biggest personal development blog in the world, which he built from scratch, for a mid-five-figure fee. And right now, he's just traveling around the world, making tons of money online. So it's my pleasure to introduce Glen Allsopp from viperchill.com, VIPERCHILL.com. Glen, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem, Pat. That was an awesome introduction, and it's good to be here.
Well, I stole it from your webpage, but I hope that's okay.
I know.
Glenn and I are actually really, really good buddies online, and although we've never met, he's in. You're in South Africa right now, right?
Yeah, for the next couple of months, I'm in South Africa.
And then you're headed to
Thailand is my next destination.
That's amazing. That's so cool. We feel like we have a pretty strong connection, even though we're on the other side of the world from each other, because of what we do online and what our main purpose is, which is to help people. And if you go to his blog at viperchill.com, where he specializes in viral marketing, search engine optimization, and making real money online, you can see exactly that. His posts are like artwork. They're just so helpful. So thank you for all you do, Glenn. I and everyone else, I know we really appreciate it.
It's not a problem. Thank you.
You share a lot of info on your blog, and some of your best posts, at least in my opinion, are about link building and search engine optimization. But this all relates to how you make money online, and that's mostly through affiliate websites. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, great. Now, there's a post that Glenn wrote a few months back called "The Process That Makes Me Thousands of Dollars Per Month Online," and I wanted to just have you really quick, Glenn, give a quick overview of what your process is and how exactly you make thousands of dollars per month online.
Sure. So it's pretty much a 4 or 5 step process, and the first thing I do is I will write down my fears, things that really bother me, any problems I have, or any passions, or at least when I started out doing this. So I'd have a list of 10, 15 items that kind of cover those things. Mm-hmm. After that, I'll go out online and find out if there's people with these same problems and these same passions, and see if there's a large enough audience that can possibly make money from later. And after I have my problem down and see if there's a big market, I'll then look for things I can promote relating to that. So it might be ebooks, software, anything like that. And then I'll go out there, build a website around that product. So buy a relevant domain, set up that website. And then I will use SEO, as you said. That's my main traffic strategy. And I will use search engine rankings to drive traffic to that website, and hopefully have those people who are searching for that thing go and buy the product I'm promoting, and that way I'll make money.
All right. You make it sound so easy. And then now I like to get into detail about each of those steps for our listeners, because I know we're interested in exactly what you do, and I'm going to try to get as much out of you as possible.
Sure.
So for the first thing you said, step 1 is to write down your passions, fears, and problems. Why do you start with this rather than doing keyword research first?
I do this because keyword research is kind of very robotic, and it's very logical. So, for example, when you're first starting out, you might pick an industry that you have no real interest in. Mm-hmm. So for me, it might be knitting or something like that. It really doesn't interest me. So if I have to write 10 articles about knitting, I'm not going to be really passionate about building up my website. So I think it's good to be able to build a website around something that you really care about. Um, if anyone has support questions when they come to your website and they need help with something, you can answer them easily. And later on, and I've done this for quite a few sites, once I've started making a lot of affiliate sales,
Mm.
I end up wanting to just, instead of only getting a commission from the things that I promote, I want to get 100% of the sales. So I make my own product that's maybe better than what I was promoting originally.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to do that if you don't really know the industry itself. So those three reasons are pretty much why I do why I focus on things that are important to me and I'm passionate about or I have a problem with. So in the copy, in the sales page, I can really talk about things that other people might be experiencing, and they can really see that I know what I'm talking about on this subject, which is
Mhm.
of course helps me get more sales as well.
So you mean you wouldn't be able to write an ebook on knitting?
No, I, definitely not. I'd have to outsource that one.
That's really really great advice, and I think that's something that's really important for everyone to understand. Is that I've done the same thing where I've done the keyword research part first, and I just got into industries that I was not interested in, and you're stoked about it at first, and you may put 10 or 15 articles on a website to try and get traffic and drive sales, but this just all those sites I started died because I just didn't have the passion for it. It's something that's really, really important to understand. If you want to really take things to another level, like you said, creating your own products and earning 100% of the income from your traffic.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
why are fears and problems, something to consider? We always think about, we always hear people say, "Oh, do what you love to do." Why do you take it a step further and talk about your fears and your problems and write those down as potential markets?
Sure. So there's like the three things. So for me, it's passions, fears, and problems. And the reason I have these things is because they're all things that people are willing to spend money towards. So at the end of the day, you're always looking to, if you're going to be selling something, you want to sell something that people are happy to spend money on. So to take your passions further, people are happy to buy um, like equipment, like a guitar or something like that,
Mm,
whatever it is, to take that passion further. And if you want to get over something, so if you have a fear of something, people go to hypnotists, they buy ebooks or whatever it is. If you have a problem, so for example, you want to make more money, so you look into internet marketing or forex, or a very popular one I have people talking about to me is people want to learn how to jump higher because basketball is very popular in the States. So little
mm.
things like that where people have something that they want to overcome, and because it's something that's really bothering them, they're happy to put money towards that to kind of overcome that issue and just rid it from their life. So those three like angles are the things that people are most happy to spend money towards. So they're more likely that you can make money through targeting those angles.
That's very very smart. Do you find that passions, fears, or problems? Which one of those three do you think that has the potential to make the most money from, or does it depend?
Um, Fears and problems, definitely. It really does depend on the industry. So going back to the guitar examples, thousands of people who play guitar. If you can sell a guide on that, there's a lot of people happy to pay for that.
Hmm.
Um, if there's an issues like anxiety, or the other example I use, learning how to jump higher or slam dunk or something like that, people can also spend a lot of money in those industries as well. So there's no clear cut answer, but for me personally, I think fears and problems do work very well.
Hmm. Very good. So we've written these three things down. The next step is to see if there's a market with similar interests. Now, what is your process for finding to try to see if there's other people who are interested?
Um, I have quite a simple process, to be honest. The first thing I do is use the Google keyword research tool, and they've changed this quite a lot recently. It used to be very open,
Hmm.
very easy for anyone to access, but now they've kind of limited how much you can use it unless you have a paying AdWords account. So they try and redirect you to AdWords after a few searches.
Hmm.
Um,
I've noticed that.
but what you can do is you go to the keyword research tool, and as you will know, Pat, you put in the kind of phrases. So, for example, say one of the fears I had was, or something I wanted to overcome was to learn how to like computer program, learn a programming language.
Hmm.
So I might go over to the keyword research tool, and I'll put a language in there. So it might be learn PHP programming or something like that.
Mhm.
I'll just put that phrase in there, and you can instantly see how many people are searching for that phrase every single month in Google. Now, I don't know if it's very, very exact, like how much info they are willing to give away on some things,
Mhm.
but it's a very good indicator of how many people really are searching for that term. And you can see if a market's, if there's a lot of people with that issue, or they want to learn something. And generally, the bigger the market, the more competitive it is, but the more money there is to be made.
Right, right.
And along with that, I will also put phrases into Google Trends. So, for example, say I found a phrase that is based around something I know a lot about, and it has a good search volume. So there's a lot of people searching for it every month. I'll go into Google Trends and just put that phrase in there. So that's google.com/trends. And I can see over time if the search volume for that is going up, if it's declining, or if it's staying a steady volume. Because I don't want to get into a market where, less and less people are searching for it year on year,
Mhm.
which is what I've done. I've built websites and just found that through no fault of my own, the number one ranking just gets less and less clicks as time goes on. It's just not a popular topic anymore. Um, you can go old school and just talk to friends, talk to your family, ask people online the kind of things that would they be interested in a product around this topic. Would they want help with it? If you are going on, like, looking for people who are interested in learning a programming language, you could go to forums and just see, would you be interested in a product on this kind of topic? And if you get a lot of responses, then that's something that's quite a large audience. And another thing the last one is, I've implemented this quite recently into my strategy for whenever I build new sites,
Mhm.
is just using the search field on Twitter. So just go to search.twitter.com and type in the kind of phrase and just see if there's a lot of people talking about that thing. There's a lot of people looking to learn PHP. There's a lot of people looking to buy a new guitar, learn how to play guitar, all that kind of thing. People are so happy to talk about their passions on Twitter. So using the search engine is also a good
Yeah,
idea.
that's excellent. And a lot of people aren't afraid to talk about their fears and the problems too on
Yeah,
Twitter.
very good.
That's a great technique, and we always forget that Twitter is actually a search engine, and it's probably one of the most up to date real time search engines available. So you can get highly targeted traffic. You can understand what people are thinking right now about your potential market. So that's really great advice. Um, and what's nice about what you do is because you're entering these keywords into your Google Keywords AdWords tool. You can because it's a fear or a problem or a passion that you have. You understand the terms that should be placed in there, right? You just go
Yeah.
off of common sense. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And all those tools that you mentioned are totally free, which is great. So you don't need any money to start this type of thing. I know there are tools out there like Micro Niche Finder or Market Samurai that could help you, but you can do all of these things for free. So up to this point, step one, write down passions, fears, and problems, and step two, see if there's a market with similar interests. You don't need any money for at this point.
No, and I think it's like there are tools out there that can help people, Market Samurai, Micro Niche Finder, that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
I think if someone's just starting out, then it's good to know how to do this manually. So when they do use a tool, they can kind of understand that the information it's giving them back as well. So
Good call.
definitely, if you're just starting out, then go the manual route and try out these free tools.
Very good call. I definitely agree. Okay, so we have step one, step two. After you find a market with similar interests, say you have a fear, like I have a fear of spiders, um, and I find a market that has similar interests, people who are also afraid of spiders, and I know they're there because they're on Twitter talking about it or they're in forums. Uh, Now what do I do? Your next step you said was to find a relevant product to promote. Where would I go to find these types of things?
Sure. So there are tons of places you can go. And the first one I'm going to talk about is ClickBank. And what I used to do, the strategy I use now, these 5 steps, they've changed a lot over the years since I started when I was 15, 16.
Hmm.
So in the past, I would just go to ClickBank, pick something that I knew a lot of people were buying, so you can look at the statistics on there, like gravity, sales, and see if something's popular.
Hmm.
Then I would go backwards and see if the kind of phrases I could go for. And using the keyword research tool, see which ones are popular, which products are getting searched for a lot, and then I'll pick the one that interests me the most. So I kind of do the first three steps I do now, but do them totally backwards to how I'm currently doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So ClickBank, I rarely these days, I don't use it as much. I would, if I've found something I want to promote, it's usually unlikely that I can go to ClickBank and find the product. This is totally just for me. I'm sure thousands, like there are literally thousands of products on there. So there's a good chance if there is something you want to promote, you can find it in there. But for me personally, it's not what I use so much anymore.
Right. You might as well check
But
it out though, just in case.
yeah, definitely check that out. Another one is Amazon. I'm not a huge fan of this because they pay very, very small commissions. I think it's something like 3% if you're just starting out, depending on how many sales you make. So, but if you are really looking for something to promote, there's literally every item you can think of on Amazon. And if it's bigger ticket price items like digital cameras, then that 3% obviously makes it's a lot higher value than if you're selling toothbrushes or something like that. So that's a good place if you're really struggling to find anywhere an affiliate program for what it is you want to promote. Then Amazon is an option.
Mm-hmm.
Something else may just be, so for example, some things I promote are products and services that I've used personally. So for example, something you promote is Market Samurai, and that's because you've used it a lot.
Right.
And you can recommend it to people. So they will have, I believe they do, they will have their own affiliate program. Or say I like the Thesis WordPress theme, I can go to the creators directly. They have their own affiliate program, and I can just sign up through that. So a lot of the things I promote now are things that I've needed in my day-to-day life or to help me with marketing or anything like that. And the company that creates the product also has an affiliate program. So I will use that to promote what it is they're offering and make money through them. There's a couple of others. There's companies like Google Ads. You need to generally you need to kind of verify that you really do not know what you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
in regards to affiliate marketing if they want to use them. Commission Junction, when I ran a personal development blog, there's a lot of kind of self-help products and that kind of thing that were only available through Commission Junction. So that's definitely one to check out. And finally, I will just go to forums. So if it's warriorforum.com, if it's digitalpoint.com, just any of the big webmaster forums, and you can say to people, okay, I want to promote this product, whatever it may be, or in this industry, what is it that I can promote? And do you have any companies you know of that can help me make commission for promoting it? So if you just go on those forums, if you're really lost, and you can ask for advice, and there's people who will be happy to point you in the right direction for where to go in regards to being able to sell products and making a commission on those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a great one. The last one you mentioned, going to like Warrior Forum or Digital Point Forum, and just simply asking. That's something a lot of us don't do anymore. We think we have to do everything on ourselves, but there's so many people out there, especially on those two particular forums, that they'll probably know things that we don't know. Then they can really help us out. They've actually, I love Digital Point Forum and Warrior Forum. They both have helped me out tremendously in the past. Mm-hmm. So just to recap on where you can find products to promote your promote to your market that you found. ClickBank is a good one. I've used that before. Amazon.com, although they pay low commissions, what's nice about Amazon is that they have a really good upsell strategy. So and you don't make money just for one product. You make money for all the products that person buys after they get to Amazon. So all those upsells and they might find a DVD that they might like at the same time, just so that they all get it shipped at the same time. You get money off of those too. So that's something that's important to understand. Just simply going to the products that you've used recently and seeing if they have an affiliate program. Market Samurai didn't have one for a while, but they implemented one, and I wouldn't have known unless I had visited their website and seen on their blog that they had launched it. So definitely go and check it out. Not all programs and companies out there will say that they have an affiliate program straight away, or that there might just be a little button on the bottom that says affiliates. But definitely go and check that out. CPA networks like Google Ads and Commission Junction are great, and like you said before, going to forums like the Warrior Forum and Digital Point Forum. So that's that's a lot of places that you could find products to promote. So I think everyone out there, you don't have an excuse anymore. So next, so we have step 1, write down passions, fears, and problems. Step 2, see if there's a market. Step 3, find a relevant product to promote. If you don't find a product, then you kind of start over. Is that right?
Generally, yeah, but it's kind of hard not to find something that you can promote. And if a market is big enough, you can take the time out, and it is something that you know about. You can take the time out to create it yourself. So you can create the ebook, you can hire someone to make the software or whatever it is. So, like you said, there's really any excuses to.
Yeah, I mean, when I started with the lead market for the green building exam stuff, there were no products to promote, so I created my own and I crushed it. So, making 100% profits on that. So definitely something to consider if you cannot find a product. Now, step 4 is build a website around that product. And there's a ton of information on the web about building a website, but just really quick. I mean, I know it starts with the domain name and how it relates to that product. What's your preference? Like, do you always go for the exact keyword term, or do you try to create a brand new term around those keywords, or how does picking a domain name work in relation to those products?
Generally, so when I started out doing this, most of the sites I have now, they're kind of small markets. So I might have went to the keyword research tool and found my kind of indicators between 5 and 20,000 people searching for a phrase per month. So I've generally picked something with that kind of market.
Mm-hmm.
And ideally, I will try and get the exact .com for the phrase. So if it's something like learn to play guitar, then I'll try and get learn-to-play-guitar.com, or learn PHP programming, or whatever the phrase might be that I found from the steps previous. I will try and get the .com for that domain, the .com domain for that phrase. That is very rare. It's very hard. I have actually spent thousands of dollars now on getting these exact .coms from the people who own them, just because I know how valuable they can be, and it makes it a lot easier to rank in search engines if you do have the .com. But otherwise, I will kind of change the extension around a bit. I will use things like HQ on the end, or I might put the word my in front, or a little I like Apple do for all of their products.
Yeah.
Just kind of tweak it. I'll still try and have like one of the main words in there. If it's guitar, PHP programming, just at least one of the words in there, so that it gives me a bit of relevance. And I kind of regret telling people about this when I launched my ebook, because now if I ever want to buy a domain with HQ on the end, they're literally all taken
Oh, no.
for any single industry. So yeah, but you will find that's probably the case now too. But if you just modify them a little, then I think that's still useful.
Mm-hmm. Do you
If I'm
use
going,
hyphens at all?
no, I hate them. I think they look kind of ugly, and you rarely see them so much ranking highly in the search results, and that's not something I like to use,
Okay.
to be honest.
Cool.
And the same for extensions. I definitely prefer having a .com over something like a .net, .org, .info, or anything like that. There was a time when there was a whole day, in fact, in Google where every single .info domain disappeared from their index, and they are very clear that they don't change the value. Like, they don't say a .com is worth more than a .info in their rankings.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of thing would never really happen to a .com. Every single .com disappearing from their index. So
Right.
I kind of have my own opinion that .coms are still, like, they carry the most weight. As far as and just to add, if I was going for a larger industry, so if it's something I'm doing a phrase that gets, say, 100,000 exact searches a month, I'm more likely to pick a phrase that's kind of brandable, because my strategy is going to be a bit different. I can't just put up a quick website, get some links, and I'm going to rank straight away. I will have to put a lot of work into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want a name that's brandable, people can talk about it, and it sounds relevant to the industry. But generally, I just try and get the .com for the phrase.
Okay.
And for the website, I keep it very simple. Some people were very surprised about this when I first kind of mentioned this tactic. My websites are usually just 5 to 10 pages at most. I even have some sites ranking number 1 in Google. They're just 1 page, and Google, people are kind of amazed by that, but it is true. It's better to at least put a few pages up there and put some effort into your website.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what to put on there, so my homepage is just literally the aim of all of my website homepages is to get people off my homepage and onto the product page. Because if you can't get people onto the site where they can actually buy something, then you're not going to make any money anyway. It doesn't matter how good your
Right.
site looks, how good your copy is. And the rest of the pages, you can just fill it out. So it could be an FAQ page, could be contact us, could be about us, just could be more articles about the topic, anything like that. Just really fill out the site, and it just makes it look more natural. It's not very natural for Google to rank one-page websites very highly. You won't see that in a competitive industry.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely just fill it out with a few pages and just keep it simple.
Awesome. And you're using WordPress to build all these websites quick and fast?
Yeah, some of them sites that I've had for a while now, they're just on static HTML. I don't really update them, so it's not an issue. But for most of the sites now, they're built on WordPress. Yeah.
Awesome. So about how many of these websites would you say you have that are out there?
If you asked me a few months ago, I'd say I have about 30 to 40 of them. I sold a lot of my websites to I want to focus on a lot bigger, kind of consolidate them and just focus on a lot bigger markets. So right now I have about 12 websites, I think, live that I'm kind of working on solely. So I work on a few websites with other people. But for me personally, I have about 12 of them now.
Awesome. And how much time would you say you spend each day on each of your websites that are out there?
To be honest, I've been earning a lot of money since 2009 on these affiliate sites, and my whole goal for 2010 was to really eliminate myself as much as possible from every project. So there's only 2 sites that I work on, and that's even including my blog. So I update my blog myself, and there's another site that I'll work on personally. But apart from that, I'm just paying people to, whether it's add content, build links, and some sites are totally on autopilot, which is why I love search engine traffic so much. So yeah, I generally need just an hour or two per day to run my websites, but I like to put in a lot more hours because I'm still aiming to make a lot more money than I am currently. So yeah, I'm still putting quite a bit of work in.
Right. Okay. See, out there, people listening, that's passive income right there, and live on the show with us. That's amazing, Glenn. Congratulations for everything that you've done, and I know you're gonna crush it with your new stuff too. So getting into the last step, we've talked about the 4 things: writing down your passions, fears, and problems. 2nd, seeing if there's a market. 3rd, finding a relevant product. And 4, building a website around that product. And the 5th thing, after you have your website, it does no good until you get traffic to it. What are your? I know we could talk about for another 4 or 5 hours about traffic and strategies and search engine optimization, but to finish up the show, what are your top 3 strategies for generating traffic to these affiliate sites that you create?
To be totally honest with you, I do very little in terms of traffic sources besides looking for search engine traffic. So most of my time will just be spent building quality links to these sites. So for people who are kind of new to this, there's text links from other websites that are relevant in your industry, linking back to your websites, and that helps you with your search engine rankings and move higher up in the listings. So that is how I spend most of my time for each. Sorry, what were we going to say there, Pat?
Sorry, so just so everyone knows, so you're going for free, natural, organic traffic from Google. You're not paying for any AdWords or any Facebook ads or anything like that.
For one website, I am doing PPC, and if I'm totally honest with everyone, that is one thing I really need to start, looking into. I've spent so much time looking into social media, SEO, and PPC is something I don't have that much knowledge on. But I have a very simple campaign set up for one website, and that is making me quite a lot of sales for the money that I put in. Besides that, I just focus on SEO for these little affiliate sites.
Okay, awesome. So far, we don't, the only money you're spending is pretty much for the domain name and hosting. I mean, even with traffic, you can get it for free.
Yeah, and if I can, but of course, my time is kind of, if you put a value on that, the time it takes to get all these links, get articles written that you can put on article directories, that kind of thing, then, you can still spend quite a bit of money there.
Okay. So sorry to interrupt, but keep going.
Sure. As far as links go, so yeah, that's definitely my main thing, just getting good quality links. It's definitely quality over quantity as far as getting search engine rankings. But surprisingly, certain things that aren't so, they don't sound so valuable, they still work quite well. So I use directory submissions. So I might just go to a forum like Digital Point, and there are people selling submissions to directories, say 500 at a time for $10. And this, it sounds kind of dirty and it's not really valuable. But if the industry is not very competitive, I've found that to help me every single time I've done this, just get very easy rankings. And it's, again, it doesn't sound that great, but it definitely does help. The tactics I prefer are things like article marketing. So I'll have an article about the subject, and I'll go to somewhere like Easy in Articles
Hmm.
or goarticles.com, something like that. Just put up the article there, and in the bio of those articles, you can put a link back to your original website. So that's just creating relevant quality links for yourself. And what you can do is, like I said earlier, I also focusing on sites now that are in much bigger marketplaces. So I can't just rely on article links or directories. They're just not enough for these very competitive niches.
Hmm.
So I will go out there and build relationships with people, people who have blogs, people who have forums, people who generally just have sites that are very, very popular, very active with a large audience, and kind of build connections with them. And I'll happily link out to them, and hopefully in return they'll one day link back to me, and that will help out my site. And another strategy I like to use finally is you type in your phrase into Google and look at the top websites that are ranking already, and just see where they are getting their links from. So it might be also from article directories or just directory submissions, whatever it is, or it might be resource pages from libraries, anything like that. And you can just go to those same websites and just go and try and pick up the same backlinks that they have, because it's obviously helping these people to rank, so it's going to help you as well. So yeah, everything I do regarding traffic to these affiliate sites is just focusing on backlinks.
Awesome. Yeah, the backlinks are super important. A follow-up question to the last thing you said: how would you go about finding out what websites are linking to your top competitors?
Sure. So you get the URL. So I use this example in recently on one of my posts. Is I'm trying to rank my blog Vibe Chill for the phrase viral marketing. So I think it's fourth in Google right now, and I'm just
Awesome.
behind a domain called wilsonweb.com. So what I would do is I'd take the URL of their page that is ranking, and I will go over to Yahoo. And the reason I go to Yahoo is that they show a lot more links. Google are known to only show about 10% of the backlinks that they know about, whereas Yahoo tend to show you pretty much everything. So I will go over to Yahoo, and I'll type the phrase link, so LINK with a colon, and then I will put in the URL of the page that is ranking and just do that search. And it should show you all of the backlinks to that individual page that are helping it rank. If it's a site like that where Wilson Web is very authoritative,
Hmm.
it's on the page that is ranking isn't the homepage. It's also good to look at the links to the homepage as well, so you can get some quality links that way.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing all that. And you know, that's the fifth step, and that's how you find traffic to your site. And then the sixth step is just earning commission, and which you don't even need to do work for. You put in all the work already. And Glen is a great example of someone who is doing affiliate sites and killing it, and now moving on to even bigger and better things. So we're coming up to the end of the show, and we're running out of time. But Glen, I just wanted to thank you so much, and I know my listeners want to thank you as well for all of the information that you give here on the show and on your blog and wherever you are. You never cease to amaze me as far as how much content and information you give away, because I know you do want to help. So thank you, Glen, so much. And if people want to get more information about you or check out what you're doing, where would you recommend they go?
You can check out my blog, as you mentioned earlier, viperchill.com. That's VIPER chill, CHILL. I'm pretty active on Twitter as well, so that's twitter.com/viperchill. And I do try and respond to every single blog comment I get or every tweet these days. So if you want to get in touch that way, then I will definitely get back to you.
All right, dude. Thanks so much. This interview is gold, and I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from it. So thank you once again, and we'll chat soon. All right.
Yeah, not a problem, Pat. Thanks a
All
lot.
right. Take care. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Glen Allsopp from ViperChill.com. We talked about a lot of stuff, a a lot of resources on the web. And for your convenience, you can head on over to smartpassiveincome.com, click on the podcast section in the menu at the top, and you'll see the show notes for this episode, which has links to all the things we talked about. And you can get a transcript of the episode there as well. And lastly, I'd like to invite you to download my free ebook. It's called eBooks the Smart Way, a complete guide to publishing, marketing, and automating a killer ebook. It's been downloaded over 5,000 times. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I put a lot of heart and effort into this book because an ebook is what got me started online. It's what helps me pay the bills, and I wanted to share that information with you totally for free. So if you head on over to ebooksthesmartway.com, you can check that out totally free. And you can also join my newsletter and get a whole series of content emails. No sales. I don't sell anything on my autoresponder series there. So go ahead, check it out, ebooksthesmartway.com. And, thank you for joining me. I can't wait until the next episode. So until then, I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Smart Passive Income Podcast at www.smartpassiveincome.com.
Hey there, quick pause here because I have to tell you about a tool that completely transforms the podcasting workflow, Riverside. I get it. I used to juggle multiple platforms just to record one podcast episode. It was exhausting. Zoom for recording, Audacity for editing, and then a bunch of different apps just to create clips and social posts. I've tried other ones as well. They were okay, but they were clunky and super time-consuming. That's where Riverside has massively helped. I can do it all in one place, recording, editing, repurposing, one platform, one streamlined flow. I just log in, record with my guests no matter where they are in the world, and just like that, studio-quality audio and high-resolution video all in one. And get this, even if your Wi-Fi glitches, Riverside records locally on your device so everything sounds and looks crystal clear. But here's my favorite feature, Riverside's AI editing tool. You can remove silences and filler words with just one click, hours saved. With Magic Clips, Riverside also automatically finds the best moments and turns them into ready-to-post videos for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, all without the extra editing. So if you're looking to level up your production quality and simplify your workflow, go to smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside and use code SMART to get 1 month free on the Pro plan. That's smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside, promo code SMART. It's built by creators for creators, and I think you're going to love it. Have you dreamt about being your own boss, but still haven't made the first steps to making that dream a reality? Well, I get that. Starting a business can feel super overwhelming with legal forms, paperwork, finances. It's a lot. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about Taylor Brands. Taylor is a complete business builder designed to make launching your business simple and stress-free. You can register your LLC in just minutes, keeping your personal assets and the business assets separate from day one. From there, you get access to everything you need to get off the ground. Legal documents, licenses and permits, invoicing and bookkeeping tools, and even a 100-day business coaching program, all designed to help you hit the ground running. You'll also get a free personalized business plan, branding tools, and so much more. And of course, listeners of this show get an exclusive 35% discount to get started. All you have to do is head to taylorbrands.com/SPI. That's TAILORBRANDS.com/SPI. Stop dreaming, start building with Taylor Brands.